Z for eminywizard.com and marketwizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. It's after 11 o'clock. We're still testing lower. We're running into an interesting target. And that's our middle from yesterday. Right, this 67.75 we had suggested would be a support zone that you'd have to break to go lower. Marginally done so. Using this notion right here that this is a key idea, this support in the 62 range for now. Theoretically. Looking at a chart, 2-day range, 65.5 is the middle. So typically in a swing, when you come into the top of the blue box, want to make sure that you get paid or stops down, however you're playing it. But that's a first payday, and then the second is here, stops down. One way to play that, depending on how much risk you like to take. Zeke and I have already talked about we don't like to give back 12 points to make 5 more. So usually hit and run, you can do a little bit better. That's up to you. But this is the middle of the 2-day swing. So we are measuring from yesterday's low. That's the thrust, which is a contra to this move. So this was a bounce. So today is critical. And all those traders who were calling for the 30s and 40s and 50s today come the wrong way. And that's hard. Once you get too biased, makes it much harder to understand what's coming down here. So this is a 456 trade. And right now we've got the 4 and we've got the 5, and the 6 is all the way back here. I'm going to call that 55. So anybody that gets to this 65, I'm suggesting you should be paid based on this chart. It's halfway back. And the good fortune part comes from below. Anybody gets into the 65 to 62 range, that should be our next key range. And we've got some trapped longs right now. $85 resistance we have called for now, aggressive resistance, based on the model we've talked about. Is yesterday's range. Next support in yesterday's range is back down here in the mid-50s. Stops down at 62.5 to 63. Okay, so John, now you can see when I asked the question, is this an umbrella trade? And you said, well, does it have to get untangled? And I said, yes, but theoretically under the green, the blue, and the red, this is an umbrella trade, as long as we stay under all of these. And that was my point, was we want to recognize when the market breaks this battlefield, the blue line and that pink line. And once it does, then we want to follow the other moving averages too. Okay, so those moving averages right now are resistance till we get back above them. And then we know once we get a solid swing, we can always get a snapback. But for now, it's running south side testing support. 56.25 is T2. We said earlier that if we broke through the 62 to 63 target 1, next we got to get by this guy. So that's our next known support based on this chart and looking at the bars. And we can see we're under all of these moving averages as well on our 30-minute chart. Perfect resistance today. And I said you have to break these, but once you do, then we've got a lot of trap longs who thought today was get out of Dodge. Not yet. Anybody that's into the 60, follow the model. Good trade if you got it. Now, another nickel more is promised to no one. Let's look at a couple other charts. This is an RTH chart from yesterday. Okay, so we're tackling that middle. And I'm going to suggest, obviously, paid by 62s. You get anything lower, you've done great. But this is a beautiful swing. How many points in this swing? Should be able to figure that out in your head. Figure it out. So target 2 is 56 and a quarter. So make sure you're paid in this 58 to 55 range. You can see this level right here, bottom of this box. Looking right here at the bottom of this box. T2 is 56, what did I say, 56 and a quarter. Stops down. And for profit taking, I said make sure you're paid 58s to 55s. Just kind of giving it a range rather than an exact number. 56.75 is this level in this box. And note below this, yesterday we've had tails. Said before, this 56 and a quarter will be the next potential target. And step by step, this is quite a reversal today, really. 55s, bingo. 85 still resistance. Was this box up right here? Once we could not get back up above 88, 85 resistance. We can go to any low, retesting yesterday's swing, and to measure that and look for proportion. Got to break the pipe, which is 56. And then the next box down here. And obviously this low is the key. Trailers. I like paid by 55s. The 55, 56 was the target. Go lower, but you don't want to get caught. What time is it? Coming to the end of the second hour. T2 has been hit. Normally, that's the place you want to make sure you're paid. And today, because we've rejected, we're still inside yesterday's range. Anything goes. But remember yesterday, I kept saying, make sure you paid 55s, 58s. So we're back retesting that area. And then the original low was like 49.75, that 50 area. And we said that traders got caught yesterday at this 43.5. Remember IB? So these are next support ideas, trying to tie together ideas from 2 days in a row. Correct? And all because of a little head fake. And then the reversal comes from the rain. Once we start down this road, nobody knows how far we go. Nobody. But you like to get to common sense areas. And I think it was important that I helped us identify that we're in an umbrella trade. You see how this has morphed this direction? So we can hit another bounce today and then hopefully get a little bit more. Those of you want it, but I'm looking at this as our key support for now, that 49.75 area. Remember that original low? Shorts blast through this. Going to be a lot of unhappy campers on the long side because we're eroding the profits from all these traders from yesterday. We're in about what, 60 points? We can go more. We've had 90-point days. We've had 88-point days. We've had 73, whatever. But I think if you're a conservative with what you're trying to do, you're going to make sure you're paid by 55s and certainly by 50. Doesn't mean you have to buy it, but I think you should be making sure your stops are down and that you're covering. And this look is a range inside yesterday's range. Maybe try one more bounce today. This is that low that I was referring to, and you can see it right there. That's why I leave these lines on. Your charts get a little messy now and then, but it'll help trigger those ideas into your mind. It should be. Yeah, with Europe close. Thank you. Good timing idea. So the key will be lunchtime. How do we get a reasonable bounce or not? This has the look to me of more range type trading for now. And this high back here, these 82s. If we get above them, then probably the low is in. And the burden's on the longs to do that. So anybody that's had a good week short side probably will hold on to trades until a little bit later, unless they're forced out. And as I said earlier, I'm looking at this as more neutral, because yesterday's low is held. If we take that out, another story. So for now, this is a very important battle that needs to get waged. And truthfully, first barrier is getting above that low, that 70 low, which was the overnight low, 70, 72. Above that, then you can tackle perhaps that 75. But I think yesterday, I think all week has been damaging for the long side, and we need to see where we close today. But for now, my recommendation: make sure you're paid. Takes a little time off at lunch, and then see if you can find a trade this afternoon. Been an absolute pleasure working with all of you. This is going to end our formal class structure. I'm not sure what we're doing next time around. We'll have more sessions like this, but not scheduled to do anything until next year. But those of you who want to, the Slack room is open and available for you to come in and help each other. Zeke and I will, that's where we will come in and make posts as we have time. But it's the holidays and people are going to be coming and going, and don't feel like you have to go there and spend all day. But if you want to post a few ideas or see if we posted anything, feel free to do that. And no obligation, no responsibility from you or for us to do that. It's just simply a place for you guys to hang out and, keep your eye on new offerings that we have. Happy holidays to you. And thank you so much. You guys have been absolutely perfect to work with. Great group of traders, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, guys. Be well. I'll see you in Slack a little bit later. And the format normally when we go to the informal room is Zoom is not usually on. Occasionally I'll open it up, but it'll just be posting over there in a chart here and there. Thank you so much, James. You betcha. Keep in touch, guys.